Welcome to Wrestling with Snipes. Today we'll be reviewing the premium live event, Bad Blood. The hosts, Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade, welcome us to Bad Blood, and we're kicking the show off with Hell in a Cell. The cell starts to be lowered, and we're kicking the show off hot. We see Gunther's favorite Goldberg in the crowd. Out comes Drew McIntyre, followed by the best in the world, CM Punk. The match starts off throwing back and forth, then they battle out to the outside. Punk blocks Drew from throwing him into the cage, then he reverses and throws Drew into the cell. Punk brings out a table. McIntyre beats Punk, he tosses him into the steel steps. Then Punk gets a wrench, putting it into Drew's forehead. Then Punk starts choking Drew with the legs of the table. Drew hits a claymore on the outside of the ring, but they're not in the ring so he can't pin. Drew then launches Punk into the cell, and Punk is busted wide open. Drew hits Punk in the head with the steel steps. The wrench is back and Drew is digging it into Punk's forehead. Punk then hits a double axe off the top rope. Punk then goes to the top again, but Drew catches him and gives him a belly-to-belly overhead suplex. Punk then rolls out to the outside, grabs a toolbox. Drew goes up to him, and Punk hits Drew in the head with the toolbox, and Drew is busted wide open. Then CM Punk hits a GTS, but Drew rolls to the outside of the ring. Punk goes out and gets him, tosses him into the ring, and then Drew hits a claymore. 1, 2, oh, he kicks out. This match is great. Then Punk puts Drew into the sharpshooter, but Drew escapes. The match continues. Drew then suplexes Punk off the top rope to the outside through a table. Oh my. They get in the ring and then Punk hits a GTS. 1, 2, oh my god, it continues. Drew then hits a white noise on the steel steps. 1, 2, nope, no finish there. Punk then uses the wrench again. The wrench keeps coming back. Then Drew hits a low blow on Punk, and he pours plastic beads all over Punk. Drew goes for a claymore, but he misses the claymore. Punk wraps a steel chain around his knee and hits the GTS. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk picks up the victory. One hell of a trilogy. Next up, for the Women's Championship, Bayley challenged the champion Nia Jax. Bayley comes out first, followed by the champ. Nia Jax takes right over with shoulders, ramming Bayley into the corner. Then Jax hits a lariat. Jax then hits a bear hug. I haven't seen a bear hug in a very long time. Bayley hits a suicide dive. Jax catches her and tosses her into the corner. Nia misses Bayley. Bayley hits a sunset flip into the corner. Nia Jax head first into the middle turnbuckle. Bayley hits a big elbow. 1, 2, it kicks out. Then Jax is tossed into the steel steps, tosses Nia back into the ring, but Nia power bombs Bayley into the steel steps first. Where's Tiffy? Nia then falls on the referee. Bayley hits her finisher, has the match won, but no referee to count the 3. Then it's Tiffy time. Tiffy runs out. Is she gonna cash in? Nia then flips up. Tiffy looks upset. Nia's upset. Tiffy then distracts Bayley. Jax hits a Samoan drop off the top rope, then hits an annihilator. 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax retains the championship. Then Nia Jax leaves without Tiffy. Next up, we see a grudge match, an implosion of the Judgment Day as Finn Balor goes one-on-one with Damian Priest. Finn comes out with a mask on, followed by Damian Priest, who looks very intense. Priest starts off hot, dominating Finn, but then Finn catches Priest rolling into the ring with some kicks to the gut. Finn puts Priest in the abdominal stretch, but Priest breaks it and hits a broken arrow, but only gets a 2 count. Finn goes for a drop kick, but is hit by lariat by Priest, but only gets a 2 count. Priest then hits the Razor's Edge. 1, 2. Finn kicks out. Then Priest hits another Razor's Edge, but on the apron. Then out come the Judgment Day. That distraction allows Finn to hit the coup de grace. 1, 2, he kicks out. Then Priest takes care of the Judgment Day, but then Finn hits a coup de grace, then another, then he goes for a third, but gets goozled by Priest. Priest hits the South of Heaven chokeslam. 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest picks up the victory. Next out comes the King of Kings, Triple H, with a big announcement. He says in 4 weeks it will be Crown Jewel, and this year we will see the World Champ versus the Undisputed Champ for the women's and men's, and the winner will be the Crown Jewel Champ, the best of the best. Then out comes the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, and he says, what would Bad Blood be without the World Heavyweight Champion? He says Monday I will beat Sami Zayn. He's not cut out to be the World Heavyweight Champion. Then Gunther points out Bill Goldberg in the crowd. Gunther says I need to clarify something I said a few weeks ago when Goldberg was my favorite. It's not true. He's only a one-trick pony. Gunther says to Goldberg's son, I hope he's a better father than a wrestler. Then Goldberg jumps over the barricade, but security stops Goldberg from entering the ring. Then Sami Zayn jumps Gunther, but the security breaks it up. Tomorrow night on Raw, Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship. Next up, a match for the Women's World Championship as the champion Liv defends against Rhea Ripley. Liv and Dom arrive in a lowrider followed by the challenger, a very intense Rhea Ripley. They lock Dom in the shark cage and Rhea says, one thing you don't know, we're raising that cage above the ring, and it raises. The match starts and Rhea quickly hits a fallaway slam and Liv rolls outside of the ring. Rhea grabs her and tosses her back in the ring. We see Dom sitting up high above the ring in the cage. Then Liv starts working over Rhea's leg. Liv tosses Rhea into the barricade twice. Liv then hits a sunset bomb, throwing Rhea into the barricade. Liv then climbs to the second rope and hits a big code breaker. 1, 2, she kicks out. Liv goes for the Three Amigos, but only after hitting 2 is reversed, and Rhea hits a release Razor's Edge. 1, 2, she kicks out. Then Dom gets the door open and accidentally somehow falls out of the cage, hanging midair upside down. Rhea then tosses Liv into the barricade. Rhea hits a riptide outside of the ring and notices Dom is hanging from the cage. Rhea then grabs a kendo stick and starts wearing out Dominic. Then out of nowhere, Rhea's attacked from behind by Raquel Rodriguez. Rodriguez then tosses Ripley into the ring, gets in the ring herself and hits Rhea with a power bomb. The ref then calls for a disqualification. Raquel then checks on Morgan. Morgan retains the Women's Championship as Raquel checks on Morgan and Dirty Dom. And then it's time for the main event of the evening, a tag team contest with the Bloodline against Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Out first comes Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa for the Bloodline. Then we see a marching band surrounding the ring. And out comes the undisputed champion Cody Rhodes. Then the OTC, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. This is big time. The match begins with Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. Cody starts with a headlock, then he goes for a disaster kick, but Jacob Fatu ducks it and all 4 men get in the ring. Fatu tags in Solo and the crowd is chanting OTC, and then Cody makes the tag to Roman Reigns. Reigns and Solo come face to face and Roman catches them with an elbow. Fatu gets in the ring and distracts Roman, and then Solo takes advantage. Solo's beating down Roman in the corner, then Solo tags in Fatu. Fatu hits a running hip thrust. Roman then sidesteps Fatu and Fatu falls to the outside. Roman tags Cody. Cody lands lefts on Fatu. Cody then hits a Cody cutter. He looks for a crossroads, but Solo tries entering the ring, distracting him, so Cody goes and knocks Solo, but he turns around and Fatu hits him with a Samoan drop. Fatu and Solo take turns beating down Cody. Looks like Cody's gonna make the hot tag, but Fatu yanks Roman off the apron and smashes his head against the steel steps. The beatdown of Cody continues. Fatu goes to the top rope looking for a swanton, but Cody gets his knees up. Cody makes the hot tag to Roman and Roman takes down Solo, beating down Solo Sikoa. Then Solo goes for a Samoan strike, but Roman ducks it and Roman hits a Superman punch. They knock down Roman and Fatu hits a moonsault, and then Sikoa hits a splash on Roman but only gets a 2 count because Cody makes the save. Fatu throws Cody to the outside. Cody then clears everything off the announce table. He turns around and he gets hit with a super kick. Fatu runs at him, but Cody sidesteps him and he runs through the barricade. Cody then hits a crossroads and throws Fatu on the announce table and climbs to the top rope. Cody then jumps off the top rope and hits a big splash through the announce table on Fatu. Then we go to the ring and we see Reigns hit another Superman punch. He sets up for a spear, but the Tongas come out and distract him. Solo then hits a spear of his own, but 1, 2, and he kicks out. Solo is then distracted by a man in a hoodie on the outside who hits a super kick on both Tongas and takes off the hoodie. And it's Jimmy Uso! Roman that hits a spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman pins Solo after a spear. Cody, Rhodes, and Roman pick up the victory as Roman looks puzzled looking at Jimmy. Then they embrace. Roman and Cody have a stare down before Jimmy and Roman leave the ring. As they're leaving, the Tonkas and Solo attack Cody. Jimmy looks at Roman and says, "You said you'd give him his word. Let's go help him out, Oos." Then they run back to the ring. They clear the bloodline. Roman picks up the title and hands it to Cody, and then we see blackness. And out of nowhere, here comes the People's Champion, The Rock. The Rock says nothing, but he puts up 3 fingers as there's 3 of them into the ring. And the pay-per-view ends. What a wild ending.